Welcome everyone to this year's Networking Academy, and today we'll be looking at CCNA Lab 2 that would actually help us configure hostname, password, and banners on our Cisco switch. So these are our objectives for today, and the problem is that our switch is not secured. It has no name, anyone can access it, there is no warning banner. So a simple scenario or illustration for us to understand this particular problem is a network engineer visits a particular company's server room, and he discovers that in that server room they have about 50 switch on the server room, and all the switches are called switch. And how do you expect the network engineer to actually know a particular switch belongs to the HR department for him to configure, or the finance department for him to configure? So the next thing again is he went ahead to plug in his console cable to the console port of the switch on that particular of some switches on that particular company's server room, and he discovered that it took him to the global configuration mode. So now you could see that there is unauthorized access. Anybody could actually access the switch configuration and make some configurations to the switch. So today we would actually harden the switch and see how switches are hardened by network engineers before deployment for production. So what we'll do now is we'll take our network devices, we'll take the switch, which is what we are trying to improve the security. Then we take our end devices, we take a PC which we use to configure, which we use to connect to the switch. Then the next thing we do is we go to our connections and take this console cable, we connect it to our PC S232, then to our switch on the console port. Then the next thing we move is to our CLI, where we'll type in some commands and we are good to go. So the first thing we'll do is enable, just like we said in the previous class. Enable takes us to privilege mode or administrative access. So the next thing we'll type in, the next command is config t. Config T takes us the global configuration mode, and in the global configuration mode you could actually instruct to make changes to your switch. So with that, we'll now have to give our switch a password. So whoever wants to access the privilege mode needs to put in a password. But before we do that, we would actually name our switch. If you watch on this prompt here, you have switch config. So when we give our switch a name, it would actually reflect the name that we have given to our switch. So the first thing we'll do is host command, that is host name. So we are going to give this switch a CCNA as a name. We type in enter, and if you watch, there is a quick change to the name here. So our switch is now called CCNA. So the next thing we'll do is we enable or ensure that our privilege mode is protected with a password. So to do that, we want our password to be encrypted, so we will use enable secrets. Then our password is now Cisco 123. So these are passwords. So enable secret, what does it do? It actually ensures that the password we are giving or using for our enable for our privilege mode is encrypted and does not show as a plain text. So we press enter. Then we have actually done the first part of ensuring that our PC or our switch rather has a name, then the privilege mode is protected. These two commands handles that. So the next thing we would want to achieve is ensure that there is encryption. So we use the service. So our password, we want to ensure our password which we're giving is encrypted when asked or when a command is run to show the configuration of this particular switch. It should appear or come up as encrypted rather than showing as plain text. So we use pass service password encryption, and enter. So this is what does the encryption of our enable or privilege mode password. So we move quickly to configure our console. Remember, our console is the port where you plug in and make changes to your switches. So to do that, we want to make sure that the console have a password. So the first thing you do is enter into the console line console 0. That's the command. We want to get into our console and give it a password. So we are now in our console. If you watch, is now CCNA config line. So since we are now in our console, the next thing we'll do is give it a password using the password command. So we are going to still give it a Cisco 123 password. Then if we just give this password and just exit, it won't work. Someone will still plug in his console cable to our switch and make changes without the switch requesting for password before having access for configuration. So now to avoid that, we are going to use this next command called login. So login makes sure that the password is being required of before it grants access to your console for configuration. So now we press enter, then we can now exit. We are done with configuring our console. The next thing we'll do is we configure our banner. So we want a banner message to be displayed before anybody or whosoever has want or log in or have access to our global configuration mode. So what we now do is banner md mtod, then hash. This hash now is used to type in the type of message we want. This is the command actually, but this is a delimiter to type in the command we want. So we want to say users or would say unauthorized users, rather unauthorized users prohibited. So this is a warning message. So we close our message just like you do in when you're coding. So we've actually done that. Okay, so let's go with banner. Probably didn't get the command right. Okay, MOTD. Then we type in a message which is unauthorized users prohibited. So this will always show before anyone logs in. So a kind of warning to whosoever that wants to access, telling him that this switch is unauthorized. So we are done with that. So we've actually configured or given our switch a host name. Giving our switch a host name, we've actually given our switch a privilege mode of our switch, a password. Then ensure that the password using this password encryption, service password encryption, ensuring that the password is encrypted. Then we've also set password for our console. Then we also set a banner. The next thing we do, what do we have is to save our configuration. So how do we save our configuration? To save our configuration, use the command copy, because if we refuse to save whatever configuration we do on our switches, it stores just like a normal computer behaves. It's being stored on the RAM. So if there is a power outage, you will discover that you lose every configuration you've made to your switch. So to store our configuration or ensure that it's saved, so that whenever the switch is reloaded, it's still there to function or work, we'll actually use the command copy running config Alright, I'll have to exit this configuration mode, then copy running config, then startup is the file name it should be saved as. So the command is copy running config, then this startup is the file name it should be saved as. So we go with enter. It requests for a file name. We say, oh, this is the file name. Yes, enter again. So it says, okay, it has been saved. So all we have configured here has been saved. Take note of our password. Our password to get into the privilege mode is Cisco 123. Then console is where is our console? The same password. So let's quickly test what we have done. So what we'll do is we are going to take out our console cable and see. So we are taking off our console cable. So taking off our console cable. So we've taken off our console cable. Let's reconnect and see if we would actually have the free access we had initially when we tried logging in into the switch configuration mode. So connect again, then connect back to the switch console port, click on the switch, go to CLI. Wow. Okay, let's go to, let's exit completely. So now we can see that it requires a password. So now if you watch, you could see clearly that it says unauthorized user was prohibited. So these are banner message. Then you will also see user access verification. So now it ensures that before I have access to configure whatever I want to configure, I need to put in my password. So putting in that password takes me to this privilege user mode. So enable, I want to get into the privilege mode. So enable, I still have to put another password. So we see how secured our switch is now. So now I've gotten into the privilege executive mode or administrative mode. So these are all the things we need to know. So a brief recap on all we've done today. We have learned that host name is important to identify switches in a network. For example, you have your departments, you could use that naming convention. Then we've also seen that name enable secrets as a command helps us to set password for our privilege mode. So just like if I go off now, exit, and I come back again, I have to put my password to allow me access to configure the switch, which is the Cisco 123. Then the same thing again is if I will get into my privilege mode, I will also put in a password. So enter. So the next thing, this is our banner message, and this configuration is working because we actually use the copy running config command to save and ensure that it's saved to the ROM. If we had not saved and we rebooted or reloaded the switch, you will see that we would actually lose whatever configuration we've made. So thank you for your time, and I would love us to subscribe, like, and comment on what next videos you would want us to create or come up with so that it will help your learning. Thank you once more, and don't forget to turn on the notification button.